Guys, this is Greg Ferris back here at Ferris for Fitness, and today I'm going to do a little vlog, rant, whatever you want to call it. It's actually inspired by, I've gotten quite a few inbox messages since my show. My Facebook page has become a lot more popular, a few more subscribers on YouTube since my show and whatnot. Also, pictures were released today, right? I found them today of my competition or whatnot. So I'll probably be purchasing a few of those and be putting them up online and whatnot. So, but you can probably see them I'll post them on Ferris for Fitness Facebook page if you want to go like that. They should be up sometime around this time of video. But I wanted to sit down and do a few question and answers. This one's not going to be so much direct. I think this is probably going to be a lot more than what this person was asking, but it was from Brian, and he actually asked me this on Facebook. He just sent me a message. We were just chatting and asked me a few questions about my prep and whatnot, and then he just asked me a really generic question that I took really in depth and really thought about it. And he simply asked me, it was really funny, he just said, how hard was it to get that lean? And I really didn't have an answer to his question. You know, such a general question, how hard it was to get that lean. I've gotten quite a few compliments on my conditioning that I had on stage from, you know, people on stage, from online, all of that. You know, I didn't think, to be honest with people, I really didn't think my conditioning was that crazy, especially in some of my body parts, but I think that was more, I just don't have a lot of muscle on my frame, so even being lean, you don't see that huge pop. So that's definitely my goal, is just to put on weight, put on muscle. But anyways, he asked me that really general question, you know, how hard was it to get that lean? And I was thinking of, like, you know, my sub 100 carb days and my 45-minute cardio sessions and going to sleep hungry and waking up hungry, and I was like, I guess it was kind of hard. But then I kind of thought, and I'm gonna grab something real quick, excuse me. Okay, I'm back. I kind of put it in perspective of what hard is. And that's why I asked him. I said, well, what's your definition of hard? And I thought about it in a really complex way, I guess. And I said, well, it was relatively hard, but it's doable. And that's one of the beautiful things about bodybuilding, is if you just put in the work, how hard it is or whatnot, you'll get the results. You just have to be consistent and want it and put in the work. And, you know, I answered his question or whatever, and then I just kind of thought about his question afterwards, and I was like, how hard was it to get that lean? And it made me think of all the times that I kind of just cried about doing cardio or cried about being hungry or whatnot. And the point I wanted to make of this vlog was that put in perspective what you think what bodybuilding is hard, training is hard, cardio is hard, dieting is hard. Put in that perspective of how much you probably have in your life. You know, I'm sitting here, I have an iPhone, I have a MacBook Pro, I have a 50-inch TV watching college football on a Saturday, I'm in school, I have all these opportunities. Like, who am I to complain about doing some cardio? Or who am I to complain about, oh, I have to eat green beans 3 times today or something, you know? So if I had to re-answer his question, and hopefully Brian sees this video, it wasn't hard at all, because I have so many opportunities in my life. I have the opportunity to go to the gym and do cardio. Some people across the world would kill to have the opportunity to even train, you know? So just understand, you know, put it in perspective. I wanted to grab this flyer because this really hit home. Her name was Carissa Phelps, and, you know, I'm a student in the university, and if you want to, like, check her out, Carissa Phelps, she wrote a book and whatnot. She came and just spoke at our school probably a week or so ago. And, you know, long story short, if you want to look at her story, you can go do that. But she was a runaway child. She got caught up with the wrong people. Essentially, she was raped like dozens of times, you know. And now she's out there, you know, trying to make a difference with runaways and with, you know, sexual abduction and things like that, and trafficking. Sorry, that's what I was thinking of. sexual trafficking, even in America, even in small towns, people you wouldn't think about it. And I went to her presentations a few days after my show, and I was just like, I felt like such a little bitch. Like how could I complain about the things that I complain about when this girl has went through what she went through, and she has like this positive vibe about herself. And this is just an example, you know, Carissa Phelps is just an example of someone who has had it 100 times worse than I have, and probably 100 times worse than you have, yet we cry about getting a B on an exam, or this girl didn't text me back, or I don't have the new fuck. I mean, it's petty stuff. And it's the same thing with bodybuilding, I guess. It's just, when someone asks me how hard it was, when someone gives me props, you know, I really like to be like, okay, thank you. But to be honest, it wasn't that hard. When I put it in perspective of other things that have gone through my life, what other people go through their life, it wasn't that hard. And if you're honest with yourself, things that you probably consider hard or difficult in your life probably aren't at all. And you really should just shut up and be grateful for what you have, and be grateful that you have the opportunity to do those hard activities. You know, so many people are stressed out about school, or I have to do this assignment. You should be grateful that you're in school. You should be grateful you have the opportunity to take that test. You know, switch your mind frame from such a complaining, such a have to do things, and switch it to a I get to do this kind of a thing, you know? And again, be grateful. So that's my kind of rant on how hard it was to get lean, how hard it was to compete in bodybuilding. If you compare it to sitting on the couch, yeah, it was hard. But if you compare it to what a lot of people go through, especially people, you know, maybe not even in America, but even people in America, what some people have to go through on a day in, day out basis, it wasn't hard at all. And this is going to lead me to my next vlog, which is just talking about how small bodybuilding really is, and how you really shouldn't let it affect your life too much. But that's all for this video, guys. Hopefully you guys took something out of my little rant here. Thank you again, Brian. You probably helped me with this question a lot more than I helped you. Just helped me realize how I was proud of my accomplishment, but yet it really wasn't all that difficult in the grand scheme of things. And it made me incredibly grateful for everything that I have and everything that I get to pursue in my life. So thank you, Brian, and hopefully I answered your question. I'm sure I answered your question and then some. So thank you, guys, and go check out the Ferris for Fitness Facebook page. Like this video if you like my content, share it, whatever you want to do, and I'll talk to you guys later.